So good morning and welcome to Training Tuesday with Selling on eBay. And we're part of our Back to Basics program that we're running at the moment. Today we're going to talk about the number of days that you are allowed to sell something for on eBay, because again, that can be a very confusing choice to make. So the two main different ways of selling things on eBay, as we've mentioned previously, are to sell as an auction or to sell as a fixed price, also known as a buy it now price. And there are slightly different time frames for both of those ways of selling. So if we look at auctions first, you have the option to sell at auction for a 1-day auction, a 3-day, 5-day, 7 days or 10 days. And for a 1-day auction, you do have to have an older and more established account. 1-day auctions, all of these have their place, but if you're just starting on eBay, the two that are most used most often are 7 days and 10 days. Still with eBay, the most popular time to buy is in the early evening, 7 o'clock in the evening, and still on eBay the most popular time to buy is at the weekend, specifically a Sunday. So for an auction, your auction will end at the 7 days or 10 days after you start it. So if you put it up for sale at, I don't know, 8 o'clock in the morning on a Friday and you choose a 7-day sale, your auction will end at 8 o'clock the following Friday. This is not a good idea because most bids are put on in the last hour of the auction, and therefore you want your auction to both start and end at a time when most people are watching or looking on eBay. So therefore you want your auctions to start and end ideally at 7 o'clock in the evening and at a weekend, a Friday, Saturday or preferably a Sunday evening. There's an argument to say that because there's so many auctions ending at 7 o'clock on a Sunday evening that you're better off choosing another night, but my advice is to go for a Friday, Saturday or even Sunday evening at 7 o'clock. 7 days is a good time for an auction. 10 days is also good because then you can, if you start at Thursday evening, you'll catch 2 weekends when most people are watching. When you buy it now, you again have the option of 3, 5, 7 or 10 days, but you also have 2 extra options. You have 30 days and you have good till cancelled. Usually 30 days is a good time to go for because you'll pay the same price for 30 days as you will for 3 or 5 or 7. And of course, if your listing is up for 30 days, you'll get more exposure to people because more chance to find you. It's quite a complex subject, this one, but as a general rule, if it's a buy it now, put it up for 30 days. And if it's an auction, put it up for 7 days. Finally, there is an option in the advanced listing form to schedule your listings. This means you can work on them and get them perfect during the day and schedule them to start at 7 o'clock at night when perhaps you might be busy. This costs 12 pence per listing, but I think that's pretty good value. So that's where we've finished with timings on eBay. I hope you've enjoyed that. We'll be back next week at 11 o'clock with some more back to basics information and eBay tips. See you then.